So coming to a comfortable resting posture, either lying down with the body well supported or sitting very comfortably. Make sure that you are warm and cozy and that the body is well supported. And when you are resting, just come to a naturalness. Just resting in this moment, here, now, just being, simply being. Let the attention just simply rest here, now, just being. And as you are resting, as the aware being, become aware of breathing happening. Simply being aware of breathing happening. There's no instruction. It's just to simply be aware of breathing happening. Watch the breath. Simply, openly be aware of breathing happening. You might find that the breathing has a tightness, has a contraction, and just simply being aware of the breath will soften and smoothen the breath. So we want to explore the simplicity of breathing. There's a naturalness to breathing that can become contracted through conditioning, and just in the same way that there can be conditioned patterns in the mind, these can affect the breathing and cause patterns in the breath that are holding, and then pull the attention and hold identification. So as we are watching the breath, being simply aware of breathing happening, it's just to allow the breath to be so natural. Notice when there's a breathing in, is there a tendency to hold the breath before releasing it? Just to notice. Is there a tendency to grasp for the breath, to pull the breath into you? Is there a tendency to push the breath out? Just to notice, what are the natural habits that have been collected around breathing? So we could say that breathing itself is pure and simple and natural, just happening. It is the flow of life force, the flow of pranic energy, moving, animating, and bringing life itself flowing as breathing. Where there are tensions and holdings, can restrict and confine the fullness of breathing, moving, flowing in its naturalness. So just to watch, very important not to try to control or restrain or change anything in a strong way. So being aware of breathing happening, noticing for subtle tendencies. And what you will notice is that as awareness comes to tendencies that are pointed to, awareness itself acts as the shining light that relaxes conditioned habits, the tensions and restrictions that can happen to the naturalness of breathing. So let us explore a little deeper. Allowing the breath to be very soft and natural, flowing just as it does. Allow some deep breaths that move the belly, breathing into the abdomen, breathing right into the bottom of the lungs, feeling the belly expand. And notice, does that feel easy? Does it feel tight? Can you breathe all the way down to the perineum? Can you breathe all the way down to the base of the spine without feeling contraction? If there is tightness, just to bring awareness, just to notice, and allow any softening to be very, very natural. So we are inviting the holding patterns of the body to release in the light of awareness, watching the conditioned habits. So coming into this deep abdominal breathing, the belly rises and falls very naturally, very softly. Don't try to relax, just let relaxation and softening happen. Be aware of the breathing into the front of the body as you are aware of the belly expanding. Don't try to force the breath in any way. Feel the breath of life, life itself breathing into the cells, breathing all the way to the base of the lungs, expanding the belly. Feel there to be more aliveness and spaciousness, just bringing awareness, just watching and allowing. True nature is open and allowing, breathing to just flow. The breath is in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. If this feels tight or restricted, then allow the exhalation to move through the mouth. But once there is a softening, allow breathing to be in and out through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth can support a deeper relaxation. Start to notice the sensation of the body as the breath deepens and relaxes. Feel where the body meets the ground, whether you are sitting or lying. Feel the density and heaviness of the body meeting the ground. Feel the ground meeting the body. And just allowing breath to move unrestricted, unencumbered in its naturalness. So noticing this breath coming into the abdomen, the smoothness, the softness, breathing deep into the lungs so that the belly moves. Now start to become aware of breathing into the sides of the body. To start with, it might help to place the hands on the sides of the body. It might help to exhale through the mouth as you take a deeper breath, just to feel the movement expanding and opening and the muscles softening. But once the relaxation has happened, bring the breath through the nose, in and out through the nose. Breathing into the sides, and then breathing into the back body. Can bring the hands to the back if that feels supportive, if you are sitting. Can just rest the hands on the belly. Because as breathing is moving into the sides and into the back, it is also in the belly. Starts to be like a circle of breathing. Can feel it in the front, the sides, and the back simultaneously. Feel the openness, the spaciousness of the breath truly and freely moving. Do not try to strain or push. It is to be so kind and gentle and just allow. There's nowhere to get to. There's nothing that's better. The only way the breath can move more freely as the body softens and the patterns of holding and conditioning soften. It's just the same as with thoughts and all patterns in the nervous system. It is just to bring simple, aware attention to the pattern of holding, to the conditioning, the tension. Feel the sensations. And the light of awareness itself is what shines, softens through the aware attention and allows more relaxation so the breath can flow more deeply, more smoothly. Do not impose certain lengths of the in-breath and out-breath. Do not try to make them the same or last for a particular count. All of these kind of acts are not kind and gentle. It is to be so soft and natural. Allow the breath to flow. If you feel some tightness, allow the exhalation to escape through the mouth. bringing a deeper sense of relaxation. And then bringing the awareness now to the chest, to the thoracic area of the breathing. And just notice the breathing coming into the front of the chest, the front body. Allow the breath to be smooth and slow. Just to be aware. You are the aware being that is untouched by anything that is happening. Just watching breathing happening. Simply watching as the aware being. Not wanting anything, not desiring or needing anything from the breath or the body. Just being so simply with breathing as it is happening. Aware of breath in the front body at the level of the chest. And then opening, breathing into the sides of the body. Expanding the sides. Again, if it feels tight or contracted, allow an exhalation or two to come through the mouth to support relaxation and softening. Do not force, do not strain, just allow. Be kind, be gentle, as the open being, just watching. Breathing into the sides, and then breathing into the back of the chest. Feeling this gorgeous expansion of the rib cage. Feeling the flexibility of the rib cage. Allowing all the little muscles to soften and relax. So it feels as if you're taking in more breath. But it is just that more breath can flow in naturally because the relaxation of the tension and holding, the protective, learned mechanisms that are carried into the breathing are relaxing, are softening. So now feel that open spaciousness breathing into the chest, the front, the sides, and the back simultaneously, like a circle, like a barrel, breathing in all directions simultaneously. Smooth and slow and natural. Mm. 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 Let it be easy. Let it just be as it is. If you notice any straining or trying or holding, just come completely back to the naturalness. Let the breath be natural. Let the breath be completely natural. And when there is a relaxation and a softening, start again to be aware. Just being so gentle, so kind, allowing this to be effortless and free. You are the being that is untouched, that does not want or need, does not need to control. There's nowhere to get to, there's nothing to achieve. It's just to allow and watch, watching these simple patterns. So as there is a breathing into the fullness of the chest, the circle of breath, start to be aware of the top of the lungs. Breathing right up to the clavicles and into the base of the neck. Notice, do you ever breathe this deeply so as to expand into the space under the clavicles and into the base of the neck area? You can bring the hands here and feel. Can feel at the front, can feel just here at the base of the neck. Might feel more of an energetic opening than a physical opening to start with, because this area can be very, very tight. If you're feeling a tightness, allow the neck to roll from side to side, not turning, but just rolling. If you are lying, just allowing the head to roll from side to side as breathing is happening, and then resting in the center. Feel the breath filling the top of the lungs. Feel it in the front, and then start to feel it coming into the shoulders. Do not force or strain. Be very, very soft. It's just the awareness that allows the muscles to relax so that there is naturally more space. When you can feel the relaxation in the shoulders, breathing into the back, the upper back. As there's more relaxation, the breath will become smoother and slower naturally, all by itself. Breathing is just happening. No one is breathing, no one is making it happen. The flow of breath is the flow of life, bringing life to animate the body, animating and bringing aliveness to the cells, bringing aliveness. Feel that aliveness, feel the aliveness as this deepening of the breath is happening naturally. So feeling that circular breath at the level of the shoulders, the clavicle area. And now let's explore the fullness of breath. So again, to be so gentle and soft here, let's first just come to a naturalness. Let all breathing relax. Take a couple of deep breaths in complete naturalness, and exhale through the mouth. And then just bring awareness to the naturalness of the breath now. Just to notice, is there a softening in the breath? Is there more spaciousness in the breath? Just notice, where are you naturally breathing into? Has that changed? Be the aware being that is just watching, simply aware and noticing. Do you feel more aliveness, more sensation of the body, more tingling? These patterns of contraction can be very old, very, very old, just like any conditioned pattern. So it is to be so gentle as we bring awareness to the breathing. Perhaps we have not brought this kind of awareness for a long time. So it is to allow the kindness and the unconditional love of the field of being, the infinite field, to be holding this unconditioned, loving presence for breathing to just happen. It's not about trying to soften and relax everything all in one go. Just as we bring awareness, the changes will start to happen naturally, natural relaxation. So let us come now to the fullness of the breath. Start to be aware of breathing into the base of the lungs so that the belly expands. But actually it's this circular area of spaciousness into the sides and the back that we have already explored. Take a few deep breaths into this circular space. And then bring the breath into the chest. So into the belly and then into the chest. And feel the circle of the chest and the sides and the back. The belly and the chest. The circular spaciousness, the openness that breath can move into. And when there is a readiness, expand the breathing capacity right to the top of the lungs. So come to the belly, the chest, and up to the clavicles and the shoulders. Feel the circle at the top. Feel the full expansion of possibility, just to whatever degree it feels natural and smooth. Do not strain, do not try, do not bring effort. It is violent to bring effort, and this is about gentleness and kindness. If there is a forcing, it is exerting a willfulness over naturalness, and this is not true nature. So be aware, can be such a tendency to strive for attainment, to get it right, to be the best. Just notice, is this your tendency? Is this a habit that feels familiar? And if it is, back off, back right off, softly, smoothly, gently. You are the aware being that is kind and open, just present and loving. Breathing is just happening. So exploring the fullness of the breath, the circle of breath around the fullness of body, the front, the sides, and the back. The belly, the chest, the shoulders. Could say this is a full yogic breath for those that know these practices. Breathing right into the upper back and shoulders. So when this feels very soft and natural, just watch. Just watch. As the watching awareness, noticing how breathing is moving. Is there a tendency to hold the breath back after the inhalation? Is the exhalation natural and smooth? It is to allow the simplicity of the inhalation to be full, not to hold the breath, but to allow the simple pause, the simple relaxation. And allow the naturalness of exhalation where there is no effort or pushing the breath out. Now, when the breath is soft and relaxed, it naturally takes a gentle pause at the fullness of the exhalation. Do you exhale completely, or do you leave a little air in there that is never fully escaping? If that is something you are noticing, just pull in at the top of the belly. Just where the ribs meet. Can just pull in the diaphragm very, very gently here. So again, not forcing or straining, but allowing a gentle pulling in so that the diaphragm just pushes a full exhalation, and you just get to notice the difference. Allow the pushing of the muscle there to be very, very soft. And then allow its relaxation to be soft and the inhalation to naturally flow in again. So just watching the full inhalation let it be effortless. Let it be smooth. If there's any sense of straining, drop back. It's just to notice the tendencies, where there is holding, what are the conditionings. Just to be aware, the awareness itself is what relaxes and softens. So just letting go, just letting the breathing be completely natural again. It may be deeper and more flowing and fluid than it was to start with, just to allow, not to strain or impose anything upon the breathing. Let the breathing be natural. Let the body be relaxed and soft. And now let's just explore the pauses between the in and the out breath. The fullness of the in breath. There's a gentle pause before the natural exhalation happens. In this pause, feel the fullness, being full of emptiness. being full of life. Be in the receiving. Of course, as words are coming, allow exhalation to happen naturally. But allow the pointings to be explored with each inhalation, with the inhalation. Feel the boundlessness. Feel the stillness. Feel the silence. Feel the infinite nature of being. In the pause between the fullness of inhalation and the naturalness of exhalation starting. And again, when the exhalation is full, the offering has been made, the releasing has happened. There is a gentle pause before the inhalation starts again. Feel the infinite spaciousness. Feel the stillness, the opening to the infinite field. Feel eternity. Feel the utter emptiness and its blissful nature. So breathing starts to become this incredible possibility of opening more deeply to the being, to yourself, in its naturalness, in its relaxation, breathing happening, the fullness of inhalation. You are full of life, you are full of joy, you are receiving the grace, the beauty, you are receiving the glory of being. You feel the stillness, the silence, the infinite gorgeousness, the boundlessness, the freedom. And as exhalation naturally comes, you are offering, you are giving it all. You are giving all of yourself to eternity, to the emptiness. And in that space you feel it. You feel the bliss of emptiness, the beauty of being. And the inhalation naturally comes again. You are being breathed. You are not the body in the way that the contraction that holds the tightness and the tension of the muscles, the density. You are the lightness of being, and you are being breathed. Breathing is just happening. The edges of the skin and the bones and the flesh do not restrict the breath. Watching the breath and allowing it to be very smooth and slow, coming to the absolute naturalness, feeling the spaciousness in front of you. Feel as if you are breathing in, not only through the nostrils, but through the front of the body. You're breathing in the spaciousness, and you're breathing out into the spaciousness. And allow the same to happen at the back body. You're breathing in through the whole of the back body and out through the back body. If you are lying, you are breathing in the ground, breathing out the ground, letting all of the edges of density of the body dissolve into the spaciousness. Feel breathing happening through the front of the entire body, through the back of the entire body, through the sides of the entire body, as if you are breathing in and out through the whole body, not just the nose. And now come to the naturalness. Feel where you are. Feel the spacious being, the presence of being here now. Feel the aliveness. Feel the sensation of body. Feel that it is without location, that it is spacious and open and allowing. No forcing or straining, just kindness. Feeling the kindness, the softness of true nature, the unbounded field, that the body has dissolved into its true nature, that the breath has dissolved into its true nature as a flow of life that is everywhere, openly flowing, being, just flowing. Being aware of breathing happening. Recognize that you are not doing breathing, that breathing is just happening. And as we bring awareness to all of the contracted holding patterns around being the breather, it's just like the holding patterns around being the doer, the controller. It's to bring awareness to the patterns and allow all patterns of consciousness that are holding small, restricted movements to relax and soften into the infinite field, to merge with the being into full belonging to the oneness of being that just is. Being here now, being yourself, being the presence of being, breathing the body of light, breathing the body of awareness. Feel how vast and open and free you are. Feel life living itself, moving freely, moving into all of the cells, animating the cells, feeling that there is no restriction, no edges, no boundaries, relaxing and relaxing into breathing happening, into being the being, breathing the body of light, breathing the body of presence, breathing the body of awareness. So being very natural, letting go completely, just resting, resting here now. Feel as if you are breathing from the tips of the toes, breathing in through the toes and the feet, and the breath moving up into the abdomen and out through the top of the head. Breathing in through the tips of the fingers and the hands. The breath moving through the arms, into the shoulders, and out through the top of the head. Breathing in through the tips of the toes and out through the top of the head. Breathing in through the tips of the fingers and the hands and out through the top of the head. Breathing in through the head, the face, the back of the head, and breathing out through the arms and the fingertips. Breathing in through the nose and the head, breathing out through the toes and the feet. Allowing there to be complete directionlessness in breathing, spaciousness, openness, just resting, just resting. And now just starting to move the toes and feet and the fingers and hands. Start to feel the aliveness in a very, very gentle way. And then allowing the arms and the legs to start to move, just to feel the aliveness in a very, very fluid way. If you are lying, just rolling the legs. If you are sitting, you can just start to bring some energy into the legs and into the arms. If the arms feel like moving freely, let them just stretch and move. Feel yourself here now. Do not grasp outwards with the senses. Just let it all come to you as you start to become aware of being here. Being here, allowing the eyes to open very, very gently. Letting the breath be completely natural now. You might want to stretch the body, stretch the fingers, toes, legs, arms, face. And then taking a few nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just being here now. Taking your time before movement happens. Resting as the being breathed, and just feel the spaciousness, the relaxation. Feel any changes in the being. Feel and notice the changes in the spaciousness, the locationlessness, the boundlessness of the being. Just to notice, just to notice. Thank you for being here, being breathed so beautifully. Mm. Mm.